Alright, let's talk about something you don't always see on the news. When people hear Africa, they often get a very specific, very outdated picture. It's usually a picture painted with broad, sad strokes. Poverty, conflict, you know the drill. But that picture's like a flip phone in 2025. It's just not the full story anymore. A new story is being written across the continent, one of ambition, innovation, serious economic muscle. We're seeing nations transform themselves at a speed that is truly staggering. This isn't just a feel-good headline, it's a global economic shift that has real implications for everyone, creating new markets, new partners, new opportunities for millions of people who are ready to build a different future. Think about it. While some parts of the world are dealing with slowing growth and aging populations, many African nations have the opposite. A massive, young, and dynamic workforce. This is a generation that grew up with the internet in their hands, with aspirations that stretch far beyond their village or city. They're not just waiting for opportunities, they are creating them. This boom isn't happening by accident. It's the result of deliberate planning, hard-won political stability, a continent-wide realization that their greatest resource isn't just what's under the ground, but who is walking on top of it. It's a story of nations deciding to take control of their own narratives, and it's one we should all be paying attention to. Today, we're going to zoom in on 5 specific countries that are absolute powerhouses of this transformation. Rwanda, Ghana, Ethiopia, Côte d'Ivoire, Tanzania. Each of them has a unique recipe for success, a different playbook they're using to win. They are like the Avengers of African economies, each with their own superpower. One might have the power of incredible governance, another the power of rich natural resources, another the power of industrial might. Looking at their journeys gives us a much clearer, more hopeful, and, frankly, more accurate picture of what's happening in modern Africa. So, forget the old, tired stereotypes. Let's get into the specifics. What are these countries actually doing right? How did a nation like Rwanda, which faced unimaginable tragedy, become a beacon of technological progress and order? How is Ghana leveraging its resources to build a diversified and stable economy? We're going to break down the key drivers, from visionary leadership, massive infrastructure projects, thriving tourism, agricultural revolutions. Let's start with Rwanda, a country that has engineered one of the most remarkable turnarounds in modern history. People remember the 1994 genocide, a shadow that is impossible to forget. But to define Rwanda by that tragedy today is to miss the story entirely. The government under President Paul Kagame made a conscious, top-down decision to rebuild not just the buildings but the very soul of the nation on a foundation of discipline, order, and zero tolerance for corruption. This isn't just a slogan on a poster, it's a lived reality. In Rwanda there is a powerful sense of national unity. There is a clear vision for the future. Vision 2050, which aims to make the country an upper-middle income nation. Good governance has created an environment where business can thrive. The World Bank ranks Rwanda as one of the easiest places to do business in Africa. You can literally register a company online in a matter of hours. Local entrepreneurs see that their time is valued. International investors see their investment is safe, and the rules are clear and applied to everyone. For example, drones deliver medical supplies, blood, vaccines, to remote rural areas via a partnership with Zipline. It's practical, it saves lives, and it positions Rwanda at the forefront of technology. Beyond anti-corruption, Rwanda has invested heavily in its people and in digital infrastructure. The country has poured resources into education, healthcare. They plan 4G coverage across the entire nation. They are building Kigali Innovation City, a hub for tech companies, universities, startups. It's earned the nickname the Singapore of Africa, a deliberate strategy to leapfrog and build a knowledge-based economy. Finally, Rwanda leverages its natural beauty for high-end, low-impact tourism. They target a premium market rather than mass tourism. The main draw, mountain gorillas in Volcanoes National Park. Permits are expensive. The revenue funds conservation efforts and supports local communities. The environment and people both benefit. This model shows sophisticated sustainable development. Rwanda can protect natural treasures while turning them into national income. Rwanda's story is one of sheer willpower and meticulous planning. Now, let's shift our focus to West Africa, where 2 neighbors, Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire, are creating a powerful economic corridor. So, stick around. Let's start with Ghana. For a long time, Ghana's story was tied to gold and cocoa. The discovery of offshore oil in 2007 provided a significant new revenue stream. But what's impressive is the country's effort to avoid the resource curse by investing that money into other sectors. More importantly, Ghana is widely seen as a pillar of stability and democracy, which gives investors the confidence they need to commit for the long term. This stability has allowed Ghana to develop a robust and growing services sector. In cities like Accra, you see a boom in banking, telecommunications, and retail. It's the kind of organic growth that happens when people feel secure and optimistic about the future. The government has also been focused on improving crucial infrastructure, tackling the infamous Dumzor, erratic power outages, and investing in roads to better connect its agricultural heartlands to its ports. A simple but powerful example is the rise of mobile money services, allowing millions to participate in the formal economy, pay bills, and transfer funds with just a cell phone. Right next door, you have Côte d'Ivoire, the world's undisputed king of cocoa. For years, its economic potential was held back by political instability. However, since the resolution of its political crisis around 2011, the country has come roaring back with some of the highest growth rates on the continent. The government has focused intensely on rebuilding investor confidence, and has launched ambitious infrastructure projects, particularly around the port of Abidjan. They are not just shipping raw cocoa beans anymore. There's a growing push to process more cocoa domestically into chocolate and other cocoa-based products. Much like Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire is working to diversify its economy beyond its traditional agricultural base. The government has been actively courting foreign investment in manufacturing and in services. They have streamlined business regulations and are working to improve the country's energy networks and transportation networks. The construction of the Henri Konan Beatty Bridge in Abidjan, for example, dramatically eased traffic congestion. It's a concrete symbol of the country's renewal and focus on modernization. Together, Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire demonstrate how democratic stability, strategic resource management, and a focus on regional trade can create a virtuous cycle of growth across the corridor. Moving over to East Africa, we find two giants, Ethiopia and Tanzania, taking different but equally impressive paths toward economic prosperity. For instance, the Hawassa Industrial Park, which focuses on sustainable textile production, was built with a zero liquid discharge water treatment plant, showing an ambition to combine industrialization with environmental considerations. Though recent internal conflicts have created serious challenges, the foundational investments from this period are still in place. Tanzania, on the other hand, is leveraging its incredible natural wealth. The country is home to some of the world's most famous natural wonders, the endless plains of the Serengeti, the snow-capped peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, and the pristine beaches of Zanzibar. Tourism has long been a cornerstone of its economy, and it continues to be a massive driver of growth, bringing in foreign currency and creating jobs in hospitality, transportation, and conservation. The government understands this is a golden goose, and has been working to improve infrastructure like airports and roads to make these attractions more accessible to the growing number of international visitors. Beyond its beautiful landscapes, Tanzania is sitting on huge deposits of natural gas. The discovery of massive offshore gas fields presents a transformative opportunity for the country's energy future and its national budget. While the development of this resource is a long-term project, it signals a major shift in the country's economic potential. Alongside this, the government has been investing heavily in upgrading the port of Dar es Salaam to position it as a key logistics hub for East and Central Africa. Tanzania's approach is a powerful mix of capitalizing on its God-given natural beauty, while strategically planning to harness the resources buried deep beneath its soil. So, what's the common thread weaving through the success stories of Rwanda, Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, Tanzania? It's not just one single thing, it's a powerful cocktail of smart choices. First and foremost, you see the impact of intentional leadership and long-term planning. These nations are not just stumbling into growth, they are architecting it. They are setting clear visions. Rwanda's Vision 2050, Ethiopia's Industrial Park Strategy, and then methodically executing the plans. This move away from short-term thinking and toward generational goals is perhaps the most significant shift of all. Second, there's a clear understanding that you have to invest in your people and the systems they use. You can have all the oil or diamonds in the world, but if your people are not educated and healthy, And if they can't get their goods to market, you'll never achieve sustainable prosperity. That's why we see a shared focus on building roads, ports, power plants. It's why there's a push for better schools and healthcare, and it's why fighting corruption and making it easier to do business is so critical. It unleashes the potential of the citizens themselves. These are the fundamentals that build a resilient, broad-based economy. Of course, the journey is far from over, and it's not without its bumps. Each of these countries faces its own set of unique and serious challenges, from managing national debt, navigating regional politics, to tackling the very real threats of climate change and ensuring that the benefits of growth are shared by all. Progress is not a straight line, and there will be setbacks, but the momentum is undeniable. The narrative is changing, driven by a generation that is more connected, more educated, and more ambitious than ever before. These 5 countries are not exceptions. They are examples of what is possible. The story of Africa in the 21st century is one of the most exciting and important economic stories on the planet. It's complex, it's diverse, and it's happening right now. It challenges us to update our perspectives and see the continent for what it is, a hotbed of innovation, opportunity, and incredible human potential. So, if you found this breakdown interesting and want to keep learning about the forces and faces shaping our world in ways the mainstream news often misses, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what we explore next.